I'm so sorry, I can't resist saying it. If I had to marry a vegetable, it would be rainbow chard. Sorry. Last month, we were in India and we went to this rural village and spent the day with them cooking some delicious Saag dishes, and I knew it right then that I wanted to recreate those in London. The closest that you can get to getting that kind of like fresh produce is going to a local farmer's market, so that's what I've done. So meanwhile, I'll chop and sort these vegetables. I'm going to ask the cameraman to take you back into the village and show you what we cooked, then come back here and we will recreate those green recipes in our London kitchen. Country girl now. I've got sugarcane in one hand, tur dal in my other hand. I'm sorted. So this is Curating the Table Countryside Edition. Literally surrounded by sugarcanes and tur dal and peas and mustard. This is sugarcane plants and we're gonna eat it. And our glycemic index will be shooting up like a rocket. But all in the name of adventure and organic produce. We've come to this lovely little village near Lucknow and we've been invited by this very generous family to cook with them and to eat with them, and we've picked some fresh veggies from their farm. So we've picked mustard greens and spinach and also some potatoes, and we'll be cooking with them. I am really excited. This is sarson ka saag being made on a very traditional chula. They just picked some fresh mustard leaves from the field and then in some oil, some chopped onions, green chillies, mustard leaves and salt. That's it. Yeah, it's very simple and wholesome food that's cooked in people's houses in rural India. This is a coriander plant. It's flowered because they didn't pick it, but this is the life cycle of a coriander plant. The leaves come up, then the flowers come up, and then when the flowers dry, they become seeds and they fall on the ground. And that's coriander seeds. It smells like very strong, very fresh coriander. I'm acting like a pro here, but we have some aloo palak on the chula. Everything is locally grown, and it's just simple mustard oil, some onions, some green chilies, and then she added chopped spinach, and after that just some sliced potatoes, and then the water of the spinach will help the potatoes to cook. So this is really saag aloo, but in the most beautifully fresh manner possible. This is a papaya tree, and these are all raw papayas, and they're used as a meat tenderizer. You just add very tiny amount of it. If you're cooking, for example, people cook mutton in India, which is kind of like hard meat. Bakri is goat.
और अगर ये लाइन पे आया तो आप आउट हो जाएंगे.
Okay. चलो. Yeah. He's saying, stay here, I'll give you 200 rupees per month to make rotis. I failed. ये मेरी रोटी है ना? मेरी रोटी फूल. My roti puffed up. Yeah. Yeah. Look, looks like a little heart-shaped. My roti was being cancelled and it's puffed up. It's the most puffed up roti in the pile. I'm in awe of how delicious this is. It's so simple and it's very nicely spicy. It's so simple. It's just absolutely delicious. It's fresh and you can taste that freshness and you don't really need a lot of ingredients at all. It's wholesome. Oh, so delicious. I fail at it. It's sweet, You're supposed to tear it off like this, and then too delicate. Okay, so I'm just going to start with my first recipe, which is a simple saag. Saag literally just means leafy greens. So it could be one leafy green, it could be a combination of leafy greens. In the village, they used mustard greens, but it's nearly impossible to find mustard greens in the UK. So I'm substituting mustard greens with dark leafy Cavolo Nero. After I've chopped the Cavolo Nero, I'm just going to put this in this basin of salt water, and it just removes the dirt quite nicely actually. And it's something I learned from my dad this time. He grew a lot of lettuce, and that's how he washed his lettuce. And these big chilies are not very hot, so you know, you don't have to deseed them.
How spicy was the food in the village?
It was so spicy. We had a lot of chilies. You know what? The fact that these recipes don't really have any masalas, you need that kick. You can use whichever variety of chilies you like, green or red. Red just gives a pop of color. And I'm going to now chop some onions. Luckily, today I've got Indian onions. So these Indian onions are actually called Bombay onions.
What's your sauce in London for Indian onions?
Drummond Street. Right, so now we're just going to slice them. It's in the true sense of the term rustic cooking. So that's all the ingredients for the saag. I'll drain this, give it one last rinse, and we're ready. I've got a wide pan here. I think olive oil will give it a very nice deep flavor. So when the oil will heat, I will add the onions. And I've again acted very brave by wearing white. Onions are in. Next we go in with our chilies. You just need to like soften the onions, not much. It's all very rustic cooking. And that's where the true flavor of this dish lies. Don't want to say roughness, but the rusticity of it.
Pretty sure rusticity isn't a word.
Thank you, Mr. English Police. Reduce the flame and then maintain a good distance and add your greens. So this will all cook down. I always feel very overwhelmed when I'm cooking greens and then it just looks like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. I'm just turning the vegetables nicely so all of the onions and chilies get incorporated into this. I'm going to put the lid on and let it cook in its own steam. There's absolutely no spices. All the flavor in this sabzi will come from Cavolo Nero itself, chilies and onion. And yeah, obviously a squirt, I can't say. Just like a generous squeeze of lemon juice or lime juice. Lemon juice in this case. Let's go with lemon juice because I've got a lovely lemon. So let's just check, it's been a few minutes. I don't think you can really go wrong with this recipe. It's very forgiving. Just chuck it all in, but do it gracefully. So I salted it when I added the greens, and then I check it and then add again. It's always better to build your salt than, you know, just adding it all at once and then you risk over salting your dish. It gives you more power over your saltiness. What I like about Cavolo Nero is the bite it has. Really nice. My oh my, the fiber gods will be happy tonight. No matter what you do, if you have not salted your dish properly, it's not going to taste its absolute best. The last thing that it needs is a punch of fresh lemon juice. Before it goes out at the table, check till you're happy. It's a very stubborn Cavolo Nero that. It's drinking up salt. So the lemon juice will really wake this dish up.
What sort of texture are you looking for to know it's done?
Yeah, like when the greens are properly softened, they're wilted, and the stalks are also softened. If it's raw, you just would not want to eat it. If it's undercooked, you will have a natural repulsion to it. That's it. We got there in the end. So this is Saag aloo reborn. The Saag aloo that we will be making here is a much more like fresher version of Saag aloo. Very simple, and it's just a really nice way of having some greens. Use any combination of greens you like. You can just make this with spinach and aloo, or you can mix chard. I mean, why would I not mix chard? Like, look at it. Does it look like something that you can ignore? Make use of the seasonal produce. Like, we get such a rich variety of seasonal produce in the UK, especially when it comes to green veg. Yes, we don't have mustard greens, but we do have chard. We've got spinach, we've got Cavolo, Nero, we've got kale, we've got spring greens. You know, I feel very happy around this time of the year because this is like a promise in terms of the produce offering. How can something be so beautiful? I really like chopping green veg. It's the sound and the texture. See? And for this one, I will use green chilies. I'm not going to deseed them because they're not very hot, and my husband has developed a bit of spice resistance. So again, all very rustic chopping, not cooking for fine dining. New potatoes are always a very good option for Indian dishes because they really hold their shape. So just peel your potatoes first and then just cut them in little cubes. How beautiful does this look already? I think vegetarian food does make me very happy. Not only vegetarian, this is going to be vegan. Let's go to the hob. So I'm just waiting for the pan to heat a little bit, and then I will go in with my olive oil. The oil is heated up. I will add the onions now. Give your onions a nice mix so that they get nicely coated in oil. Almost after, immediately, you can add your green chilies. I feel like this in itself is so nice. You crack some eggs and you're done. I will now add my saag, which is palak and chard. So after I've laid all of my green vegetables, I will just salt it. This will cook down a lot. And now I will just lay my potatoes on a bed of green veggies. What will happen here is that these green veggies will release water, and we'll have the lid on, and that water will produce steam, which will help the potatoes to cook. The lid goes on. Heat goes to medium-low. But to recreate the meal in its entirety, I also ought to make some rotis. I love dough. I love the smell of dough. I love dough. I can eat dough.
You saw there was the unfiltered salad that I was the other day.
The water has been released and the potato is cooked. Now you just let it cook with an open lid, and now you just have to evaporate this water. Saag aloo is almost done and rotis are done. All I need to do is set the table. So, yellow tablecloth, yellow plates. So I've got some chopped coriander and some chopped chillies and a squeeze of lemon juice. So there we go. My Cavolo Nero saag and saag aloo with palak and chard is ready. So we've just recreated those rustic saag dishes that we had in the village and gave them a London life. How about that? Nice, simple greens, cooked in olive oil. It has everything to love about it. Both these recipes are really, really beautiful. They're so wholesome and the flavors are so simple, and you can taste the spinach. You know, you can taste all the greens, and they're cooked in olive oil, and they've got squeeze of lime juice and the kick of chilies. It's perfect. It just hits the spot.
Am I right thinking that in India, saag is just any green leafy veg?
Yeah. Do not come and comment, but saag is this and saag is that. Saag is any green leafy vegetable. So let's go to India. Sarson ka saag, bathue ka saag, palak ka saag, cholai ka saag. Okay? In the UK, saag would be spinach, chard, Cavolo, Nero, kale, any leafy green vegetable is saag. Educate yourself before you come and educate me.